Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Hunter x Hunter episode 138. Alright, and we start off with, well, they went back over the results of the election of the previous votes, um, and the Zodiacs just start talking about what they're going to do next to improve for the next vote, and Periston decides that if people don't vote or they have invalid votes, then they're going to lose their licenses temporarily, right? And pretty much everyone disagreed with it because they didn't really consider that to be that big of a violation or a violation at all. However, Mizai still agrees with Periston, not for the same reasons, because Periston Periston's got some ulterior motives there. Um, but he does agree that they should have their licenses temporarily taken if they don't vote or if they have invalid votes. All right. Now, person tries to add on to that, saying that with the loss of their license, they will pretty much be considered as, they won't be considered pro hunter anymore. All right. However, me system's like, okay, now you're going too far, all right? Because you, knowing you, you'll steal people's licenses, all right, just because they lost them or something. Then they won't be considered a hunter anymore. So you'll threaten them and say, oh well, if you don't vote for me, I'll steal your license, and then that'll be that for you. All right, like so that did not go over too well. So person ended up dropping it. And the reason he can afford to just drop it like that is because he's secured the votes that went to Ginta, the votes that went to Cluck, and I think the votes that went to Peon as well. I think Cheadle was talking about that. All right, and since Periston still has the majority, he doesn't really care about losing one or two of his conditions. All right, it's because he's still in the lead, and there's literally no one who's close to him, so it's really not a big deal to him. It just means that things are going to take a little bit longer. All right, now the rest of the episode deals with Killua. He 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 goes through the testing gates on his own. Okay, the last time we saw these things, Gon, Kurapika, and Leorio couldn't do it. All three of them together. Right? These dudes have to go the other way. Killua just goes through on his own. That just shows you how powerful this dude is. Right? The dude is just too good. All right. But anyway, he goes back home and he talks to his father and he asks to see Alluka, saying that he needs her power. And I was like, her sister? Wait, what? I thought it was a boy. I thought it was a brother. But then I realized later on that literally everybody refers to Alluka as a boy except for Killua. They'll refer to him as a brother or a son or a Bochan, which is like young master for guys. Um, they'll just use male pronouns and things for Alluka. Everyone does that except for Killua. He's the only one that calls her a girl. So I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. Um, Killua asks his dad about Alluka, and he says that she's not human. Okay. And he also says she just shouldn't be considered a part of the family, which does not please Killua. He got a tad bit worked up, because of that. And he says that he's the only one who can save her. And he has to save her because she's the only one that can save Gon. So sorry, Leorio, but it looks like you're not going to be doing anything after all. No, he's got to do something because you see him punch the table in the opening. But he, I don't know. I've just given up on Leoria. I used to like him. He used to be my favorite character, but it became clear that Togashi just did not give a crap about this dude. So why should I? But whatever. Later, after that, we get a flashback of Killua and Alluka when they were younger, and we see Alluka's face change the way it does in the opening. But Killua changes her back though. We learn that her ability is that she will make 3 requests, and whenever those 3 requests are fulfilled, she will be able to grant a wish, no matter what it is. All right. However, if you refuse 4 requests, then that person and their most loved one will be killed. All right. However, it's equivalent exchange. All right. So the bigger the wish, the bigger the next requests. And the bigger the next requests, the more people die if they refuse. Right? What did he say? Like 67 people were died after that one girl wished for wished to be a millionaire or a billionaire or something. So it's freaking crazy, man. All right. Um, I really like the way Togashi explained Alluka's powers because he explained it in a way where you thought like, oh, 3 requests and a wish, that's it. All right, but then he kept adding on later, like, no, that's not all. There's this too, but that's not all. There's this too. All right, and he just can't help, but that's not all. There's this too. It's not just wishes. It's not just 3 requests and a wish. It's something happens if you refuse too. But it's not just something happens if you refuse to. It's something happens to you and another person. But it's not just that because the requests get bigger with the bigger the wish. He just kept adding things on and it made it seem like it was just cool how he just kept fooling you into thinking like that was it, and then just telling you no, there's more to it than that. So I thought the episode was good, and I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Um, in the preview, we see Killua. He's with Alluka, and she has that face that she gets whenever she's ready to grant a wish. So clearly, he's fulfilled those 3 requests. We just don't know what the cost was because she could have asked for his kidney, his spleen, his heart, his eyes, his feelings and emotions. Like I don't, like she could. I don't. What? She could ask for literally anything. So what he's fulfilled the request, but at what cost? That's the big question coming out of this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week and seeing what Killua did. But for now, this episode gets an 8 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.